I may be live. Hello, hello. If you are joining me, hello. Happy Friday. I think I'm live and alive, which is always good, isn't it? Welcome, everyone. I'm so glad to see you. Just pulling myself up on the screen to make sure I have the right thing up and that I'm in the right group. There, I'm in the right group. Hello, everybody. My coloring looks weird. Because I'm getting all washed out. We can't have that. I have to have the perfect lighting in here. Totally not. That's okay. Hi, Jean. There's Jean. She's always right on it. It's like, you're my #1 fan. Not in a creepy way, though. How are you, Jean? I hope you're doing well. And hello, Debbie from North Carolina. North Carolina is probably very pretty this time right now. I don't know. Let's see. When I went there, the one time I went there, it was in the fall. It was gorgeous. So, hello, Andrea. Andrea's sharing already. Thank you so much, Andrea. I appreciate that. Andrea participated in Chopped. Remember the last time we met up? It was her birthday eve, and she participated in Chopped, and she already got her entry back to me. She was the first one. Good job, Andrea. And it looked excellent. So, very happy to have any new choppers. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's not choppers like these choppers. It's choppers like you're going to chop your paper. So, you can go over to the stampingzoo.com and hit the tab that says, what else? Chopped. It'll tell you all about it. And of course, if you have any questions, you can contact me directly through Messenger, through my telephone number that's on that webpage. So, yeah, sometimes I guess that probably leads to weird people calling me, but it works out more times than it doesn't. So we're just going to go with it. Hey, everybody. I'm so glad to see you. Oh, well, it's been cool, rainy, and cloudy, and windy. So, Jean, it is perfect stamping weather, isn't it? Andrea, thank you. I am feeling better. My voice is still not quite there. Sucking on a cough drop. I know that's so annoying, but it was that or not come on. So, hello, Katie. Oh my goodness, you're all here. It's like a Friday night. Okay, now I gotta scan the background behind me. It's not too bad. Where it's really crazy is over on this side. Oh my gosh. So I am getting ready, and this is all good stuff, right? I'm getting ready for my 2-day event next weekend. And I'm rolling my eyes because of course I got sick, right? And then, but also I launched my In Color Club. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's so fun. Guess what the first color was, right? I'm going to have to be, I don't know what I'm going to have to do. Maybe if I get my nails done before the next time, I may have to wear 10 Band-Aids for a few days. I don't know. But now, I think they've caught on now that I'm all in the In Color Club for the next 5 months. So, anyway, all of that's launching. Plus, we're pulling retired product, right? So that's over there. And my friend Anne is coming to help me on Sunday. Yay! I don't see her here. She is actually doing an IKEA run tomorrow. Lucky dog. But you know what? I'm actually lucky because she asked me if I wanted anything. So I'm going to do a little shopping online tonight and then send her my list. That's a good friend right there. Hello, Roz and Lori. I'm just waiting a few minutes. Look, I was like on time. Can you believe it? I had all the devices set up, we think. And, oh, that's nice. Thank you, Lori. I did go and look at it before I came on. But, my shirt, it's fine. Might be a little boobalicious there, but even when I don't mean to, it just is, right? It just is. So, oh, and you know what? I may have forgotten to show you guys this. I know it's backwards, but is this not so cute? Roz sent this to me, and I apologize if I never showed this, Roz. It's so cute, and it says it. is made by hand in Texas. Side by side or miles apart, friends are always close at heart. That's what she wrote on the back of it. Isn't that adorable? So, I haven't hung it up yet, obviously. But I'm going to. I think it's going to be right over here, though. You guys probably won't see it, but I would like to see it every day at my desk. So, anyway, it's so cute. Aw. You guys are too good to me. Hello, Mitzi. She loves my bubbly personality. Oh, thank goodness someone does. Hi, Kathy Sheely. Kathy Sheely is in a beautiful spot in the world. I have not been, but the picture you posted, wow, Kathy. It looked like, is that at your brother's house, actually, or were you on a patio, like at a restaurant or something? It looked really beautiful. That's all I can think to say. Now look, I'm fixing the back of my hair. God. Oh, don't mind me. Don't mind me. You can't take me anywhere. Cannot take me anywhere. I know, Katie, wasn't that cute? I have the best stamping community in the world. I will fight to the death on that. If anyone challenges me on that, they're going to get a karate chop. Because I'm 53. I can't even say I'm 50 anymore and joke about it. I'm 53. So, there you go. Hey, everybody. As you're all filing in like good little soldiers. And there might even be some of you that are new tonight. And if you are new or watching on replay, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. And I would love it if you would post a comment, say hello, chat with the ladies that are already here. I promise they're on their best behavior. And it's just a fun little group to be a part of. So it is Friday night. Normally I'm on Thursday nights, but as I told you, no voice last night. And we'll see how long it lasts tonight. If it doesn't last very long, then I'll just I'll just make the cards. Whoa, won't that be interesting? I'll just make cards. Wow. I am going to show you right now the screaming deal that Stampin' Up! Has going on through the end of May. And this is that you can purchase the starter kit and get an extra bonus of $66.50 of all new in color product. So the original deal already is for $99. You get to purchase $125 of product of your choice. Anything that is available in the catalogs, on clearance, anything you want. So you get to choose $125 plus they'll give you, I believe it's a voucher now for a paper pumpkin, plus all of this beautiful Stampin' Up, like a selection of Stampin' Up in color products, including all 5 of the new ink pads. And so that again is just going on through the end of May. But I do want to mention it because I would love to have you on my team. And maybe I don't know you, but you know what? I'd still love to have you on my team because I welcome everybody on my team. I think everybody has something different to bring to the Stampin' table, right? So I am, excuse me. So I have a small but growing team. And I think one nice thing about that is that you can participate in the growing of the team if you want to. Or you can just stay in the background and enjoy the benefits, which some of those are a 20% discount, at least a 20% discount on everything you purchase. You get to order product at least a month early from most catalogs, and special offerings that the company has. They always let us, well, maybe not always, but they let us order product early, right? We can go to Stampin' Up! Events. If you're a part of my team, you get access to everything that I do online, as well as I have events here at the house. I don't know if I should call them events. I have dinner, and, you know, we make projects, or if you can't come live, we meet by Zoom. And so anyway, I would just love to have you on my team. If you're in the United States, you can belong to the Zoo Crew. If you would like to read more about that, Again, you can go over to the Stamping Zoo, to the tab that says Join the Zoo Crew, or you can call me. Yeah. See, that's the cool thing about being the leader of a small but growing team, is I have time for you if you want it. If you, like I said, if you just like to be anonymous and enjoy the discount, I'm okay with that too. I try to. I always believe in giving my teammates all of the information, and then they get to make their decision. So, yeah. Anyway, so again, that's going on. It's the best deal always, but it's a little sweeter during the month of May. Okay, so please think about that. I also want to tell you that, so as I mentioned, I am having an event right next weekend. Sign-ups are closed for that. But I am going to do an online bingo. This is a little different from what I originally told you. It was going to be like a full day event. You know what? I think I'm going to apply the KISS principle. And let's just have an online bingo Saturday, June 4th. The deadline to sign up is May 20th. And we're going to do, if you've been in my bingos before, everyone seems to like them, right? They keep coming back. So you'll have make and takes, and I will center those make and takes around a specific bundle. I don't know yet what the bundle might be, but we will do that for sure. And also, obviously, we're going to have prizes, lots of prizes. Some might say I give away more prizes than I should from a business standpoint, but you know what? I don't care. It's my party. It literally is my party. So, anyway, I always think that's fun. And we'll just have a little chat time. It will be via Zoom, okay? So, you can have fun with all of that. And let's see here. I'm going to bring myself in. I don't know if I can move my screen. Well, anyway, I'm here. I'm here. So that's a little something about that. Give me, there is a link for this. Give me tonight. If you want to sign up for bingo, I will post the link in this description of this video and as a separate post on Facebook and in my email tomorrow. I need to change the link to just include the bingo. All right. So bingo is, again, it's going to be on June 4th. Sorry. But I would like you to sign up by May 20th so that I have time to get all the packages in the mail and things like that. So I love it. And I hope you're going to join me for bingo. All right. Everybody's just chatting. What year was it? What year was what? Sorry, I'm looking. Can I help you? What? Oh, has SU ever had a llama stamp? They do. I'll dig it out later. But, yeah, it's cute. We need a new one, though. It's small, right? Because whenever it was made, that our images were just a little smaller. And, but it's cute. But, of course, I would like another one. So, once I reach $1 million in sales, we will have a llama stamp set. Now, I'm hoping we have another one before that. But it gives me something to shoot towards, doesn't it? Okay, let's see here. Oh, I was also going to show you some things from my haul. Mini haul. Let's say mini haul. I'm not showing you everything I've purchased this month because we don't have time for it. And also, tons of it is already like sliced and diced for lovely customers. And let's see here. One thing though, okay, Anne, if you didn't hear me earlier, I'm going to send you a text after this, okay? About your research trip to IKEA. Let's see here. So this, I purchased this, and this is Anne's fault. I know you guys always say that I make you purchase things, but you do it to me too. So this one is, I think it's called Lovely in Linen. It's sweet. Lovely in Linen. Yep, page 24 and 25. I'm just so glad we can look at the catalog now. amongst each other. Lovely and linen. Isn't that cool? I love it. Oh, sorry. Wrong camera. Anyway, it's on page 24 and 25. Consult your notebooks, your textbooks. And so it's $57.25. So what I was doing was, at first I thought I didn't want the stamp set. I don't know why. But then I wanted all the pieces and parts. And I was like, well, just get it then. So I just about swallowed that cough drop. Sorry, it's live. Okay, so anyway, here is the really cool stamp set. It's a very interesting flower, isn't it? I would say this stamp set looks Scandinavian to me. But one of the other real gems of it is you get this punch. I want to make sure you can see that. Look at that. Let me show you this way in case there's glare. Isn't that cool? I love it. So I'll show you more when I point you down, but the paper is Zonko beautiful. It's so pretty. And I'm trying to find one of them that I can really show you. Again, it is called Lovely in Linen. And all of the designs have a slight linen look to them. So even though they're flat, they appear to be textured. So that's really cool. We'll take a look at that one. And then here's another one where I was buying all of the pieces and parts. Let me grab something. This is like the biggest roll of ribbon we've ever gotten. I swear. Look at it. It's like a car tire. But, oh, I can't wait to play with it. We'll stamp it tonight and see what it looks like. This is 7/8 of an inch natural finish ribbon. And so it's linen. And this goes along with the bundle Abigail Rose. Also not first on my list. I don't know. Was it because I don't like roses in real life? Probably. But once I actually looked at it, and it's very popular, I think, with the rest of you guys, the rest of the population. So I finally jumped on the bandwagon. And again, it was because I was picking out all of the pieces and parts. And then I thought, well, just get it. Because the dies are kind of clever. We won't go into all that right now. And the sentiments are really good. So how many of you have these sets? And Corinne's cat is sitting on her head. Too funny. So yeah, Susan, we could create a whole zoo stamp set. That would be so fun. And Tango and Cash might have to be in it. By the time I reach $1 million, they'll probably be, in memoriam. But again, that's all right. I'll still be stamping. Okay, and again, just beautiful paper. Has kind of a vintage feel to it because I believe it's on Very Vellum or Very Vanilla. Let me see. It is. So, when you have black crumb cake, espresso, and then very vanilla, I can't speak, really lends itself to a vintage look. And I think it's good for me to get out of my box, so to speak. I was trying to think, what do I don't know. I like die cuts. I like bright, cutesy things, which we're going to play with tonight. That's butterflies. But I can do vintage too. Let's see. I think I can. So, but I just see lots of possibilities for heat embossing, right? And then coloring these roses, all sorts of colors with our blends or watercolor pencils. So I really am glad I got that. And then, like I said, this one, it really, once I stopped and just looked at it, I think I had overload, right? When you look at the catalog. But once I really stopped and looked at Lovely and Lasting, I thought, yeah, this is pretty cool. So look for more creations with that, but not this week. I also want to let you know, let me just give you the sort of bad news right up front. I'm not going live next week because of what I just told you about that's going on. So the good news is, if you are in my In Color Club, you will see me live because I'll be making card kits with you, I hope, once everybody receives their products, which did. I saw the mailman pick them up today. So anyway, I'm not going live here next week, but I will be back the following week. And one thing I forgot to do last week was I forgot my You Share, I Share promotion, where you share the video and then I share in terms of giving you some products. So because I'm not going to be live next week and because I didn't share last weekend, one moment. It's Kleenex time. Sorry. That was a dramatic pause. I'm going to give away 2 things this week. Okay, so you have until, let's say you have until Friday. Well, I'm going to go for a while on this one. I'm going to say you have until like the 22nd to share this video. So if you're watching this between now and the 22nd, please share it to your social media sites. And then in the comments, you do need to say shared in case I can't tell from your privacy settings. But please do the 2 steps. Please actually share it and then tell me you shared it. And anyway, I'll be giving away 2 things. I'll be giving away a Good Man. Now this is gently used, okay? So I'll be giving away a Good Man stamp set. And the right behind, can I give this one away? Is this one retired? I believe it is. Anyway, if it's not, I'll give away another retired stamp set. I just got worried that isn't the mini. And I'm also giving away 2 full bolts of the ribbon. One is Seaside Spray. Remember that? An oldie but a goodie. Not that old, actually. And then the other one is Cherry Cobbler and Gold. You're going to want this for Christmas. It's so pretty. So again, all you have to do is say you shared the video, just like Lori did. Lori's won this a couple of months ago. And so, anyway, I'm going to be giving those away. So happy to do it. And I didn't play with either one as much as I wanted to. And that's kind of what happens sometimes when you're a demonstrator, is you get to play with a lot of things, but maybe not as much as you might want. So, you know, I do love to pass them on to you guys, though. All right, let me get out a few supplies because we're actually going to make some cards. So if you recall, the last time we met, I talked your ear off for over an hour and we made this card, right? We made this one card. She's a good one, though. Super fun. And so, excuse me, I wanted to continue on with Best Butterflies. And we're going to do a couple of things tonight, though. First of all, we're going to make this card. I really like it. Oh, check it out. Do you like it? I'll give you a moment to tell me yes, you like it, or no, it's too bright. But I like it. Sending good vibes. So we're going to make that card. And then we're going to do, we're going to challenge ourselves with a sketch. And so I'm going to show you the sketch. And then we will interpret it together. How about that? Oh, there goes a block. Let me point you down before it gets too crazy. Much more crazy in here. Right? Let me get this pretty. I really like this card. So, oh, thank you, everybody. So, the color inspiration for this card is that I believe it was, there we go. I believe it was last time also, Andrea and you guys were giving me a bad time because I didn't mention Sweet Sorbet. So I was talking about all of the other, colors that I love so much, and then I didn't even give Sweet Sorbet, you know, the time of day. And so I thought, I'm going to give Sweet Sorbet some love. So this is Sweet Sorbet with one of last year's in colors, Polished Pink, and then black and white, and some layers, which I love, and stitched rectangles, and oh my gosh. So I actually have our supplies. So let's go ahead and get started on this. It has a few pieces, a few different little fun things to do with it. And oh my goodness, look at this. Don't you just love it that these things are on the wrong side now? They drive me bazonko. Let's see. And I was using them, as you can tell, I was using a lot. But I have to pull the roll out that way now so that I can see where the glue dots are. Before, no problem. Why didn't they just leave it alone? I'm not in charge of the glue dots, and neither is Stampin' Up. So thank you for sharing. Yay, sharing. Sharing is good, isn't it? Let's see here. I'm going to move this. Let me move this. It's like I've never done this before. My desk is actually clean. Thank goodness. Well, thank you, Kathy. It is very bright, is it not? Yeah, I thought it was fun though. And with these butterflies, like we talked about last week, they're so fun to just combine all the pieces and parts. And this one, I actually did a little trick that I'm going to be very happy to tell you guys about. It's helpful. It's helpful, but all in good time, right? So as I said, this is one of our new in colors, Sweet Sorbet, combined with one of last year's in colors, Polished Pink. This is a piece of layering vellum. So as you can tell, I've used a piece of layering vellum over here, and the type is black. And here the type is going to be white, and we're going to do black embossing. However, it's from the same 12 by 12 package of vellum. This carried over to the annual catalog, and I'm so glad. Yay. And so it's called Vellum Layering Designs. Okay. And it's just that. It's got like 3 or 4 different designs, and they present them in white and in black. So you've got maps, type, face, and these are actual words. Okay. In fact, I was just reading this one, and it looks like it's about when a Vanderbilt daughter comes out as a debutante. So I actually was getting caught up in that. So if you are picky about the details like I am, make sure that you have this facing up when you emboss on it, right? Oh my gosh. But yeah, they don't just like, sometimes you'll see that it's Latin over and over, or maybe I just think it is. But no, there's real stories on our products. It's really fun. Station break, sorry. That's worse than listening to the embossing gun, isn't it? But it's the price of admission tonight. Okay, I need some more vitamin water. You unroll and roll the glue dots. Kathy, I may have to do that. I can't imagine it takes that long. It probably takes me, I probably lose more than I gain when I have it off the roll like that. Yeah, this is too funny. I could just sit and read this. Of course, it is a tad small, is it not? Okay, so we're definitely taking a departure from the color combination that is presented in the suite in the catalog. I'm doing that on purpose because sometimes when we get a whole suite, we're so in love with the DSP color combo, aren't we? And I'm not saying that I'm all about this. And we will use this paper when we do our next card for the sketch challenge. But, you know, we have 50 colors. So it's always fun to just switch it up. Okay, so first thing we're going to do here is we're going to do a little heat embossing. And again, remember I told you I'm going to switch up from the inspiration card, and I'm going to use black embossing powder. So again, I like the sending good vibes. It's just fun. It works with the design of this. And so we are going to use that one again. But the nice thing about all of these is they're nice and fat. And so they're all great for heat embossing. So let's see here. I need a block since the other one went flying. And I'm just working on a piece of chipboard right now. It was around me. So I grabbed it. Again, I'm going to make sure The type is facing up. Do a little embossing buddy, and we do not sell this. And I think I forgot to mention this. I was so excited to see all of you, but if you are a first-time viewer, my name is Lisa Harden, and I am coming to you live from the Stamping Zoo, which is my Stampin' Up! Business. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and one of the things that means is that I sell all of these products. Yes, all of these beautiful products start from, most of them start from within our beautiful new annual catalog. If you live in the United States and you do not have a catalog and don't have a demonstrator, I would love to send this to you. I'll send it to you for free. You just have to private message me, give me your mailing address, of course, and I'll get it in the mail to you. And it's as much of a great idea book as it is the catalog that we order from. So anyway, you can also look at things online, and I would love it if you shop with me. I give away freebies, and of course I'm always here at least once a week for a free stamping class. So now, as you can tell, I'm stamping into the Versamark, okay? And this is a little hard to see. I'm going to make sure for a minute. Okay, I look pretty good for you guys. So I have the help from the vellum in that I can see where the lines are. I can also see a shimmer. You guys probably won't be able to see that, but I can see it. So that's what comes in handy, so you don't, I guess, emboss over what you've just embossed. So just start at the top. Okay, this happens to be, I think it's 3 by 3 1/4. I made it as large as this sentiment, as wide as this sentiment. And then I'm just going in rows, but kind of like bricks. Like nothing is lining up. Okay, and I think I stamped, in the middle, I stamped the sentiment in full. I think it's nice to stamp it in full at least one time, but you don't have to. Okay, and then after we do this, we put it in a little tray, and then this is our black embossing powder. And so, oh, hold it, is this sparkly? No, I don't think it is. I think it's our regular. I just think it has some sparkles in it. Oh, see? And then you can see, like, okay, what did I do exactly? Sometimes it might not end up where you want it, but I think this is perfect because we're going to have these butterflies all around it, right? Give it a little flick and just do a visual on it. Make sure that there's no loose powder in places you don't want it. And that took the embossing powder really well, but if there were some loose flakes of powder, I would take one of my little paint brushes and kind of just brush it away before you heat emboss it. Okay, let me put this away because you know that heat embossing can cause trouble. The powder can cause trouble. Okay, now I am going to heat the gun. Sorry, but this is when the magic happens, right? This is our heat tool. I kind of hold it on my wrist, and when it gets uncomfortable, then I know it's heated up enough. And just hold it gingerly on the corners, or with a pair of wooden tongs. I have the tongs from Pampered Chef. They're called toaster tongs, and so those are really handy too. I tend to not lay it down, but oh, this is fun. I think I might like it better in black than in white. I don't know. So glad I made two. Just, it's kind of important to just hit all of it. And of course, it's really easy to see. Oh, there we go. When it turns shiny and smooth, you're there. You just need to make sure you hit all of it. Because if you don't cook all of it, then when you start working with it, it will flake off. has to be set. I have one more little piece that needs a tiny bit. Okay. Woo! Hello, Sherry. Sherry, I'm getting there. Thank you for asking. Yes, I'm definitely... Oh, look, there's a tiny bit there. I'm definitely doing better than I was last night. So... Come on now. Cook it. Okay. And I also, there we go. Oh, Andrea loves her toaster tongs. They're handy, aren't they? Now I have a pair in the kitchen for the toaster, and then I have a couple pairs in here. And sometimes the ones that are in for the toaster, they end up in here too. I know. Crazy. You wish SU would sell those containers. Are you talking about, Kathleen, are you talking about that? The embossing tray? I know, I really like them. I do see them sometimes on that Stampin' Up! Retired Facebook page. And sometimes on eBay. But I know my friend Anne that's on here. I think we were looking for some for her. And I don't know, Anne. Were we able to find you the embossing trays? Hey, who else is crafting with me tonight? I would love to know what you're working on. Now I am going to die cut these. I'm going to bring the standard die plate over here because, sorry, the standard Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, because I have the thing we've been waiting for so long, right? I showed you last week as well, but the magnetic plate. And so I want to give you all an update. Obviously I've been cutting. So the top part is like a self-healing mat. So eventually this will need to be replaced. I should turn it around and use it that way. But it's been great. It's just hanging in there. It's like the perfect amount of magnet. So you can move the dies and pull them off without, you know, needing to like tear them off. But it's just so, what do I want to say? They are firmly down, but they're not stuck there. So it's the perfect, whatever they did to it, it's perfect. So now let's see, we're going to cut some of these butterflies. Okay. And so I have some scrap paper over here I've been working with. Oh, Kathleen, I know Fridays can be tough, huh? Because it's like the end of the week. Used to be that would be when I was getting ready to go out. Woo! Remember, like I told you last week, Austin at Starbucks thought I said that I went to the club. And I did. The book club. The book club. On a Wednesday. Don't press me to do that kind of stuff on a Friday. It's a lot. So I want one of these. So we have lots of pieces and parts, right? And then we have a couple of butterflies that are whole. 2 butterflies. And then we have these really strange, cartoonish looking flowers. But I bet you can use them for other different stuff. I'm not sure what, but I haven't used them yet, but I think they're just adorable. Wow, Kathy. Kathy, you're doing good. You worked on 2 paper pumpkin kits and 1 kit. Oh, that is pretty good with 1 arm. Wait until you get 2 arms. Jeez. And Donna, you were carding before I came on. I love that it's a verb, carding. You were successful at making a never-ending card. That's so cool. Aren't those fun? Oh, they're so fun. Okay, let's see. What else do I have in red? I have that. I have a body. I'm not going to recreate the butterflies because I already worked with I worked the combination out and I really like it. So, and then do I have anything that's just white? No, I have to stamp first. But on the pink, I have this little part cut. And so I am going to lay down this piece that cuts, plus I'm going to lay down the little piece that fits inside it that embosses. See that? And you can do it at the same time. And again, it's so handy with the magnetic plate because you can just like what I need is this. So you can place this right in there, right? And this magnetic plate is a solid plate. It doesn't have little circular magnets in it. That used to be what the old Big Shot platform was. And that was very good. We used it for a long time, but I don't want to go back to that because when you had little dies, they would jump around. It was actually worse than usually if I was die cutting little things. I wouldn't even bother using the magnetic plate. Okay, and then finally, we need this one for the top. Same thing. Now this one cuts the insert. So I'm going to run all those 4 through. And Sherry is being very helpful and says you can get trays at scrapbooks.com. That is helpful. But I do wish Stampin' Up! Would bring them back. First of all, because they have our great logos on them. And they're usually just, I don't know, Stampin' Up! Stuff obviously is my choice. I just find it's just higher quality. And they make it intuitive for paper crafters. But I think trays are going to be fine anywhere. Okay, and then as you can tell, the paper sticks a little bit to the plate, or yeah, to the plate, because it is a self-healing mat, so it has a little bit of texture to it. And that kind of goes away as you use it. And also, it's probably a lot easier to get these off if I didn't have these nails, these Orchid Oasis nails of mine, if you didn't notice. But this works too. Okay, gathering our pieces and parts. We'll worry about that later with the vacuum cleaner. And now I'm going to bring in some of our cardstock vellum. It's fantastic. And when I was looking at the catalog, again, I told you it was just as much of an idea book as it is an ordering book. And so if you look in there, they have a couple of images of these butterflies that have a vellum, layer on top of them. And look at that. Isn't it great? You know, our vellum is a heavy enough weight that it can hold all of that embossing and die cutting. I love it so much. Okay. I don't really need to get that off there, but I'm going to. And then finally, I think I need to do a little bit of stamping. Yes, I think that's what's left. I should have stamped first, but it's okay. I think I can handle it. All right, so this is a photopolymer stamp set. So you can see inside all the pieces and parts you're moving around and stamping. But because of that, I am going to use the Stampin' Pierce mat. Okay. I just leave it in the plastic. Well, this time, I just leave it in the plastic that it came in. Because when I first bought that, let me shut the window. When I first bought this, I took it out of the plastic, and then I was forever putting grid paper over the top of it to protect it. So now, guess what? I don't have to do that. I got a little bit smarter. I can't believe it. It was like magic. Okay, now I want to do this for one of the bodies in red, and I'm going to do this one for one of the bodies in, Sweet Sorbet. So again, grabbing another block. Actually, let me put those right there. Pick them up. Give them a good inking, and this is a brand new ink pad, so it should be fairly even. Right? I'm catching a glare. I hope I got that. Oh, so cute. This is really a nice red and complements our other reds and pinks so well. It's a little soft. I don't know. It's a softer red, if you will, but it's definitely a red, right? And not a pink. So it kind of hits the middle, which I like. Okay, cleaning these blocks off before I stick my arm in them. And I think No, that's not the last thing that I die cut. There's one more thing. So we need those. And now I'm not going to use the inserts on these dies, right? I'm just going to cut them out as they are. That one and this guy. And then I want another one of these in the Sweet Sorbet. We're actually going to dissect this butterfly. So sorry. If you're eating, you might want to turn away, but we will be cutting that one up because you know what? We need its body. I figured this out too. This was really fun. So I know that after we played with Best Butterflies last time, lots of you seemed really excited about it. Who has it or had it? No, who has it or is getting it? See you later, KZ. So glad you're going to watch on the replay, and you always share, and I love so much. I love it so much. Thank you so much for your help. Okay, I can't speak very well. Can you tell I've had a cold all week? Stupid cold. Get out of here. I was doing so well. I mean, energy-wise, I was like, boom, boom. I was running around like crazy. Thank goodness I got a ton of stuff done. I was on schedule. And then I took my mom to dinner on last Saturday night for early Mother's Day. And then when I got home, I told her, like, I feel kind of tired. I'm going to go in and watch TV. And I didn't even finish a Dateline. And I was like, you know, I must be really tired. But then I knew something was up because I slept all of Sunday. We are pausing for a technical change there. I needed to plug in my phone. So, one moment. Let me get that settled. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, Andrea's asking, what is a never-ending card? You can Google it on, you know, hashtag never-ending card. But Donna could also take a picture and show everybody. Yes, Sherry says she's still on the fence. Sherry, I don't know what else I can do. No. It's not going to be for everyone, but I do think it's fun. Oh my goodness, I forgot. See, I have a lot of die cutting on this. I need one of each of the rectangles too. So I need the red, the pink, and the white. And these are the stitched rectangles. You could use the new deckled rectangles if you'd like. I don't have those yet. Notice I said yet. They are great. They're going to be just a little, what do I want to say? A nice fresh addition. So I think they're really cool. Okay, so what I did here was the white and the Sweet Sorbet are in the larger rectangle. Okay, and then the polished pink, I stepped it down. So let me just do this off screen real quick here. Sort of quick here. Real quick. Yeah, watch me run. Let's see. Okay. So I think you all know this because I'm sure I've given you the weather reports, but it's been a little cooler and a little wetter than our normal April, if there is such a thing as normal weather anymore. And it's kind of a downer sometimes, but really I'm fine with it because we need the water, like almost everyone, so badly. So we are just going to go with it. However, it warmed up a little bit this afternoon, and I could tell, like, okay, I'm ready for that. Now, of course, my ready for it only extends to about 72 degrees, and then I'm done. I'm like, don't get me any hotter than that. And if you've been here in southern Idaho, you know that it gets hotter than that. So, but I was watching Erica Serwin earlier today, and she said it was 100, in Texas already. So Hey, we're not there. We're not there. Thank goodness. That's too early. That makes for a really long summer, I'm sure. Okay. One more rectangle. Lori has this on her next order. Lori, I can't wait to see what you make. You're going to have to show us. Now, one thing I did was I stamped the butterfly bodies. I stamped the sentiment. And then I stamped some of these polka dots. These polka dots are really good. They're super fun. So let's see here. They are right here. They're random. They're different sizes. They are close and far away from each other. They're not. They're just kind of random. I don't know. I should have just stopped at random, right? And then polished pink. This block is kind of big, but we're going to go with it. I think I can do it. I think I can do it. Oh, Sherry, 95 yesterday and Wednesday. Lord. That's crazy. And so I really just went up the side here, and I am just turning the block as I ink it, and I'm catching a glare, so I am stamping over some of my polka dots, but you know what? It's okay. I already told you it was random, right? So trying not to, but that looks good. And then on the inside, I stamped and polished pink. Again, I stamped our sentiment. So you get pieces and parts of it on the front, and then on the inside, you get the whole thing. Sending good vibes. Cute. And finally, in Sweet Sorbet, I brought those polka dots back, and I stamped off. Let's see here. See, and that's a pretty soft second generation, isn't it? Kind of fun though. Again, it just adds more to our color family. So there is our stamping, and let's put this away. Did we get snow the other day? Yeah, we got it. We got a hailstorm the Saturday night that I was gone with my mom, and so I had been babying my annuals, my plants that are only annual here, so they're in pots and stuff. And I'd been babying them because it was still a little too cool, and then it got really nice, and they were in the back of my pickup, and so I would pull the pickup out at night, or in the daytime, and then I would put it back in the garage at night. And so we left here and we went to dinner, and when I came back, those plants were pummeled by the hail. Oh, poor things. I was like, I'm so sorry. Yeah, they looked pretty. They're not goners, but they needed some R&R. They weren't happy with me, I'll tell you that. Okay, let's see. I want to start putting these pieces together because some of these can just go in here. Can just go down on the card. All right. Oh my gosh, what? Who did that? I think I did. We have a couple remedies, right? I could put some polka dots over it, but I'm going to try our sand eraser and at least lighten it up. And then when I write on this card, if I write in this card, I can write over that. And that will be gone. You can sand quite a bit off of white paper. You don't want to sand like the whole thing, but frankly, that's fine. I'm happy with it. It's good. Okay, and then the front, we can put the 2 layers down on the front. And again, oops, just use the stitched rectangles to make that all good to go. Okay. So how many of you ordered one of the new tumblers? I ordered 2 because I couldn't choose. And I don't know if I'm finished yet. I ordered Orchid Oasis, right? Because, like, it's so fun to watch people register that you're drinking out of a cup and your nails look just the same. I've been doing it at work for the last few days. It's kind of funny. So I got that one, and then I also got Tahitian Tide because it's just that beautiful, you know, teal-y color. I love it. That doesn't mean those are my top 2 favorites. Again, I just have a hard time choosing. It's difficult. Okay, speaking of difficult, where did I put our embossed piece? It hasn't gone that far, has it? I hope not. That's also why I was trying to clear the decks, so I can find it. But let's put these butterflies together, okay? So that's cute. You could put a sentiment on that. And I really like this, these 3 colors with a touch of white. I think they're really pretty. Okay, here's our butterfly parts. Now, for that one, I was telling you, we're going to dissect it. It's kind of difficult to dissect it. Ah, this thing is in my way. I set it up kind of kooky. So, there. Sorry if I keep moving this thing. Let me do this. That might work. We'll see. Okay. So, I'm going to take that one of these, and I want the body. I just want the body out of it. And so, I'm going to hold it with these tweezers to, oh, sorry. That messed with the focus a little bit. I want to cut it so that it's smooth. Right? You could taper it down if you wanted to change it, but I just want to leave it this way. So there's not a little die cut that's just the small body, right? But we don't need it because we have this. Now go slow. Don't cut the antenna off if you're cutting towards the antenna like I am. Ooh, scary times. Come on. Okay, I'm too scared. Do it, Lisa. Okay. So that's how we get the body for the small butterfly. Okay. So now that we have that done, and I also like to kind of give them a little bit of, I don't know, a zhuzh, like butterfly wings, right? Now this one, I'm going to go ahead and glue it down. I don't care if I can see a little bit of the glue because it ends up just looking like the solid cardstock color right here because I put glue on the whole thing. So kind of put that in there, and I love that it has 2 sets of antennae and they're kind of offset from each other. Okay, and then where are those glue dots? Oh, Jean, you think you'll order Parakeet Party. Andrea said she ordered Parakeet Party. Yay. Kathy, you ordered Orchid Oasis too, didn't you? Yeah. And she says her ice was good all day. You know what? Yeah. I didn't think, I mean, it's not a Hydro Flask, so, but same thing with mine. Like, it definitely has some pretty good insulation to it. But I like that it's not huge in my hand. And also, it fits in my cup holder in my car. And I have an older car, so it's smaller. You know, nowadays there's like 20 cup holders and they're all ginormous. My car's not like that. Okay, so then I find that I really like the glue dots for putting the body together. Or the wings, I should say. And then I'm still just doing that. And then, whoops, sorry. Okay, and then finally we have this one, right? And Roz was so right last time when she said you have to put the body on them or else they continue to look wonky because they're meant to look fun and whimsical like this, but then that means that in order to make them look realistic, they need the body, really. Otherwise, they look like DNA. Random DNA. Excuse me. Okay, and then finally we're going to take that body that we dissected, right, and put it on this one. Okay, and look, it's perfect. It's so cute. Okay, so there's our butterflies. I do love using the silicone mat for this. It is an easy addition to any order. Try not to forget it on your next order if you don't have one. Or I'll tell you a little secret. I have 3. Maybe you just need 2. Unless you're, you know, super stamper like I am. And by that I mean I stamp a lot, like every day. So if you're super stamper, I'm telling you to get 3. But otherwise you can just get 2. Okay, now we're getting down to the paper, but I still haven't discovered where I put the vellum. Don't make this an issue now, Lisa. Come on. I'm gonna move these. Let me look underneath. No, it's not there. It's not on the floor. We have to have it. I mean, oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay. The other thing I did to this one to add texture is I ripped it. Do you guys like that, or do you hate it? Well, I'm going to rip it again. So if you don't like that, you're going to have to look away. So when I did this, see, it'll fit right in the stitching. So if you want to leave it, you can leave it, but it's already kind of a random looking thing, random looking layer. And so I just wanted to add to that. And I just simply am tearing it like you tear paper. So you tear it, I find that you tear it towards you. And you can create some sharp edges. And I'm not about the sharp edges. I'm about the curves. Not surprising. And so you just play with it until you like it. I actually really like that. That's all I need to do. So now, again, we're not going to adhere this. If you wanted to, you could adhere it with glue and a sponge, right? I'm not about that. I'm about just hiding glue dots behind all of your elements. And so we have these. These are such good elements. Oh my gosh. They are the in color Opal Rounds, but they're new embellishments, but they're for last year's in colors, right? And so, I mean, they're just, wow. They look wet. They look like they are just a wet drops, but so they're the Opal Rounds. You get the 5 different colors. And yeah, again, that's for the 21 to 23 in colors. So it includes the polished pink. And so really what I'm going to do, since I kind of know where these images are going to be, now that this is the second one, I'm going to attach some glue dots. So I know I'm going to have a butterfly right in here. Okay. I know I'm going to have one up in the corner. So I'm going to kind of hide it behind the words. You can, it's also pretty good camouflage. And then I know I'm going to have one in the lower corner as well. That's enough to get me started. Just to lay this down so I can start positioning things. And I'm not making this equidistant in the layers. I am bringing it over to the side and actually leaving a little bit more room down here. So again, to kind of make it look a little random, again, I'm going to tweak this guy. And then you could put it up on dimensionals. I believe I glued this one. I'm going to glue this to the vellum, okay, down in the corner here. And then once I do that, part of it's probably glued to the polished pink layer, but I also know that I can take another glue dot and my take your pick tool and I can put it under here, okay, and get that situated. And then once that glue dries, I can mess with the wings a little bit. Okay, butterfly number 1. Ooh, butterfly number 2. He wants to fly away. Who's behind me? Must be, oh, it's 8:05. You know what that means. Again, doing a little of this. And, oh, this was a really fun one. I just love it. Hey, what are you doing back there? What are you doing? Tango, what'd you get? Let me see. Oh, God. He's got a piece of cardstock. That's okay. I actually let them have that. They like paper crafting. Okay, now Cash is going to run in. What does he have? Did Mom give that to you? He's kind of the cop, you know. He wants to make sure everything's okay, that he gets it too. Okay, so now I'm going to put one glue dot right up here. And then I'm going to bring in this and cover it up. And it just looks like one of our polka dots came to life, right? And then let's do it again because it's so cute. Let's see. I don't know that we really need any more glue dots. So now we can just put this down. Who is liking this card? Who doesn't like this card? You can tell me that too. Don't give me an angry face though. There's no need for that. Oh, angry face. No need for that. But you can tell me if you don't care for it. Because what if I want to send it to you? That might be embarrassing then. Okay, that guy. I think I just have one glue dot there. So anyway, so there's our cards. Oh, they're cute. Okay, do you prefer the white embossing or the black embossing? That I can ask you too. My camera's a little messed up from the last time, isn't it? There we go. Let's see. Sorry. Let me bring you in there. Okay. Oh, and I forgot, of course. My gosh, what am I talking about? That card's not finished yet. We need our gingham. It's just the one thing that like takes it over the edge. It looks like, oh, this looks like a piece of candy to me. It's so delicious looking. So let's see here. I usually am tying it on the roll, but sometimes I have to take it off there. I just did a knot, not a bow. I thought that the rest of the card had a lot of stuff going on. In fact, I almost didn't use this, but I really like it on there. So again, this is black and white gingham, right? You can color it with the Stampin' blends and make it any color you want, but you can't get much better on this card than black and white gingham. So I am going to just tie a square knot. Sorry, I heard something weird outside, but I think it's out my window and not having to do with Tango and Cash. That's not the best square knot I've ever tied, but can I get it apart? I probably won't bore you with that, but I'm going to take it apart. Are you guys... Ethel says she... Hello, Ethel, by the way. Ethel says she likes the black. The black. Kathy Shealy likes the white. Black. Looks like black kind of took it. Well, there's a couple whites, though, too. So it's not a drop dead, right? Okay, I will fix that later, but just know that that's going to have a gingham ribbon on it, too. Let me hide it. There we go. So that, I hope you like this. And you can make it in any color combination, right? And so just have fun with it. If it's not this stamp set, it can be some other stamp set. Okay, so I know it's 8:09, but you know what? It's a Friday night. So let me grab, let's see. I want to talk with you about how to use sketches. So how many of you, kind of like by a show of a thumbs up emoji or something, how many of you use sketches in your crafting, in your, I guess, your card making? And I'm going to pull up a sketch here that we're going to take a look at as our inspiration. So here is a card sketch we're going to use as our inspiration. I can already tell you I'm not going to add all of these layers. There's too many banner points for me. And I can also tell you this one has measurements. And so you can see this card is 6 inches long by 4 inches wide. So it's a little bigger than our 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. But this is what we're going to use as our inspiration. Right now I'm going to go grab my circle punch It is retired, but you can use, oh, no, I don't want to use that. We're going to use this, let's see. We're going to use the Stylish Shapes dies. So I realize you can't see me right now, but I'm going to pull this. Kathy says she uses them all the time. It's a great way if you have lost your mojo and you don't know where your mojo went, right? If you can't find it, it's a great way to get back into card making. Now, one way to not lose your mojo is to make cards, make a lot of cards, and just don't stop. But even then, I kind of lose my mojo sometimes, or I just want to do something like really fresh and different. And so that's why we're going to grab this one. Okay, so it's like a series of banners with a big circle and 3 little circles. Okay, and so let's see here. Let me mess with the screen for just a minute. Oh, stop it. I'm still here. I'm getting there. There we go. Okay. So, anyway, sketches are a great way to find a fresh layout, or maybe to make a lot of cards quickly and just say, like, I'm going to take this sketch and whatever it is, I'm just going to pull it up and then that's what I'm going to use. And so this one's from Pinterest. And what I look at a lot on Pinterest is card sketches with measurements. And then I just have a board that's called Sketchy. And that's where I save them. So it's just kind of fun to do that. So let's, now we're going to use the colors that came in the patterned paper, which are beautiful. So now we're going to make a card using that sketch, kind of being inspired by that sketch, but not doing every single layer. Like, using a sketch doesn't mean that you have to copy it every single line for line. It's your card. You can do what you want, right? But it's a great way to just pull materials together and then start creating. So let's see here. We're going to have, and again, please don't forget, let me make sure you can see this, but this is the back of the paper of the DSP. And please don't forget, this is where you find all of the colors that are incorporated into this paper. So our last card was Parakeet Party. I'm so drawn to that, but also I love the Calypso Coral, I'm sorry. Oh, what's the blue? It is, oh, it's Starry Sky. Oh, Starry Sky. Okay, let's grab Starry Sky. Let's do a piece of that. Let's see here. I might have enough for a card base. No, I don't. Okay. Let's see here. I love Starry Sky. Oh, just can't get away from those in colors. It's because that's how good they are. Right? So I'm just going to do a standard. We're not making any fun full tonight. Nope. I'm just making a standard before I lose all of my Eastern time zone people, except for Roz. Roz is a night owl. Roz will stay up. She's like, I don't care if you make 10 cards. Well, maybe you do, Roz, but I'm not going to make 10 cards, so we're okay. All right, and then let's do a layer of, there's this, okay, gorgeous already. And then let's do a layer back behind it, because I do like a layer of cardstock that doesn't change it up too much. And then we'll start adding the colors in front of it. So let's do 4 by 5 1/4 of this paper. So pretty. Okay, there's that. And then we're going to add maybe one banner piece or a straight piece. with embossing on it. And then the circles. So let's take a look at what we have in the embossing folders. I've cleaned this out. So I have most everything, really. What comes to mind immediately is this hive. Because for a couple of reasons, I mean, I know we're not doing bees, but we're doing butterflies. And also it's circles like those polka dots. And so let's just do that. This is going to be a layer, like a thin layer, okay? And you can definitely shout out Kathy String. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so shout out the colors you might want me to use on top of this. I definitely want to bring in some of the Parakeet Party. And so let me grab, I was getting into my scraps here. Perfect. How about if we do like about 1.5? Let's make it 2, and then we might cut it down. See, this is one thing I do too, is when I'm starting with a layer and I'm just making the card, I don't know what I want to do. I'll start a little bit wider than I think I might need it, because of course I can always cut it down. I don't always do that. Sometimes I start with what I want to do, and then I realize, no, I need a new piece. But that's okay. It's just paper, and guess what? I've got a bunch of it right behind me. Okay, so as I'm putting this on here, Stampin' Up! Gives us this really handy little guideline down here. This is a random pattern, but I just always use the guideline. And then this is going through the cut and emboss machine as well. Not with the magnetic plate though. It gets a slightly different sandwich, right? So, let me grab those. I think it's this and this. Let me see. Nope, it's just one. And the embossing plate, and then number 4. Oh, and this one, this is actually the debossed side. Look at that. Then this is how they present it as the hive. I like this side. I don't know. It's just fun. And definitely, I might cut that down a little bit. It looks like it might take up too much room. So I almost think we're going to take a 1/2 inch off of that. I don't almost think it. We're going to do it. I don't sound very committed, do I? We're doing it. Okay. We can do that in the inside if we want. We also need a piece of white. I believe I already had some of that cut, but we will just go ahead. And so on the inside, I'm going to do 3 3/4 by 5. That's the layer I really like on the inside. If I am writing an actual card to someone and I have lots to say, I'll put in 4 by 5 1/4. But I like a wide margin. Okay, and then we're going to need some circles, right? So I want to use those stylish shapes. Let me grab those. What did I do with that? Story of my life. What did I do with this or that? Not in real life, just when I'm making a card. I don't know what that's about. And I don't think it's about the size of my desk, because it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's see. Can I move myself? No, I don't think I can. Sorry. I was going to move myself. I'll just move my supplies. Okay, so we're going to use like these little circles. Probably we'll use one circle that's a little bit larger. So I'm just going to put the dies down directly on the card. Now that that sketch I used did have measurements, remember, but it was for a 4 by 6 card. So I'm not doing that. And then it had some that were behind it and some that were in front. I am going to use, let's do like that. What do you think about that? Do we like this? Has anyone left with me? Oh, Henry says, I'm trying hard to stay awake. Please do not fight it. You were in 90-degree heat for over 6 hours. Don't fight it, Andrea. There's always the replay. Yeah, you guys are dropping like flies, but I get it. I get it. It's only 8 o'clock to me. Okay, so let's start deciding what we want our colors to be. We used this one on the last card, so let's, you know, give it a rest. Let's give somebody else a chance. I love that. That's really pretty. Maybe for the biggest one. And then what's on the back of this though? Because we do have some scraps, right? Let's do that one. Me as well. I want a small pattern because these circles are small. And let's see. Well, and how about that? Okay. That's why this paper and really the entire Stampin' Up! System is so genius, because that's how hard it is. You guys already know this, but I have to say it. Okay, I just have to. All right, so now I know that I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do the little one in the Starry Sky because we already have a lot of Starry Sky. And then I'm going to do the medium one in the Calypso Coral pattern. Okay, bring my... I know you guys can see me a little bit. Apologize that I'm not all in the screen here, but we are going to get it situated. And I did post something that you need to know when you're using the magnetic plate, and that is when you purchase it, there's a picture of a sandwich and it's incorrect. Okay, I'm sure they'll get that fixed. I'm sure Stampin' Up! Will get that fixed as soon as they can. But if you've purchased it already, the sandwich is incorrect. You do not use the number 2 plate. Take that out of the sandwich configuration that the instructions say, and then you'll be okay. If you put the number 2 in there, it's too much. I could tell before I even got it in there, thank goodness. So, and then we're going to do this little guy, and let me go ahead and just chop this up a tiny bit. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that fun? Yeah, that's a pretty fun one. So I'm in love with these colors. Like I said, they're fun. They're bold, and they just have a lot of movement, don't they? They're perfect for butterflies. Okay. Alrighty. Bring this over here, get our pieces and parts. So does everybody have some fun things lined up for this weekend? I told you what I'm doing. Of course, I'm going to be having fun, but I have a lot of work. I have a lot of work ahead of me. And poor Anne, she thinks she's just coming over for... Well, no, she knows she's coming over to help me, so I shouldn't say poor Anne. Anne, you're still watching. You better get some rest. Not really. We always have a good time. Okay, so now I have this, right? And let's put this. Yeah, we'll go ahead and put it along the strip. This is the insert. So I'm going to grab that mat, a mat. This is part of the reason why I have 3 of these mats. I'm going to grab another mat to glue this on because I don't want to use my beautiful grid paper. I realize that's what it's for, but it's new and it's in the in colors, and I don't want to use it like this. So I'm going to glue this to the edge. It's really pretty inside. Okay. All right. And then just snip from the other side. Ooh, that one's really close. Good job, Lisa. Okay. And then we have this cute little insert. Okay. And then out here, right, we're going to do some things on dimensionals, but not the first layer right here. Let's put this here, and Okay. And then let me think about this one for a minute. So we're going to have one back. Whoops. One in the front. Right? I want them all kind of touching. Whoops. Ah, it is beautiful DSP. It's so, just looking at all the different patterns, and they've made the patterns like correspond to the stamps. They just keep getting better and better. Is that possible? I don't know, but it is. I wouldn't believe it if I hadn't been living through it for 30 years of using Stampin' Up! Products. Okay. See, now the other one had like 2 or 3 banners. That was a lot. I felt like that was a lot going on. So we're going to give the eye a little bit of rest down in this area. And put this here. Let's see what we've got here. I am thinking I want to just use all the love. I don't want to use the butterflies this time. Or maybe we'll use one butterfly. But I want to use all the love. Excuse me. So we are going to cover up this paper a little bit. Let's see. Will this fit? Huh, it just fits. Oh, so gorgeous. So pretty. Okay. Let me get a little scrap of, we could do crushed curry. I don't think I want to bring white, a big piece of white into this. So let's use crushed curry to stamp our sentiment on. Nope. Come on, color family. Here we go. Oh gosh. I guess I don't have any scraps. I will after this. Okay, do this guy. I don't know why I'm randomly cutting this up. It's straight enough. And then let's get another block. Thank goodness I have lots of blocks. They might not be the appropriate size, but now this, let me try it. Freehand would be a really good one to put on the Stamparatus because of the thickness of the word love. But I know also this is a new ink pad, so it's probably pretty even as well. And let me just give it a rest. Leave it there for a second or two. Let it soak in, hopefully. Ah, it's perfect. When it dries, it also will even out even a little bit more. So that is a really nice sentiment. I love all the love. And I love sending good vibes. And you already know I love You're My Bestie, right? So again, putting this on the magnetic plate makes it so easy. No more washi unless you want to use it. Hello, Tango. Are you waiting for Mom? Are you waiting for your mom? Yeah, he says I'll go chase something in the meantime. I'll go chase something. Okay. These stitched shapes are a must. You've got to get them. Let me see here. Okay. So that is going to go together. Super fun. So these are all of the stitched shapes. Look at those. Can you believe it? And they have this like, it's not stitching so much as a pinpoint. Like it looks like paper piercing. It looks like you took the paper piercing tool off the take your pick tool and went around these. Except it's a fraction of the time that would actually take. Now I am just going to bring this in to take a look. We might want to use this really cool ribbon, right? Starry Sky is kind of a looker. She's kind of dramatic. I'm going to put the insert in here. Okay. And then That's cute. And you could do more stamping in there if you wanted to. Now, I'm not going to run this ribbon around the card base. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. That is so playful. Okay, so I'm going to bring this in. And that guy. And remember, this one is going to be down flat. And this one probably is too, I think. Yeah, okay. And there's no, I'm not, if you wanted these in very specific places, you can measure, of course, but they're circles, so they're not upside down. Any way you put them, they're right side up. And then I want this one coming over those two layers right here. And then I'm going to probably pop that one up and this too. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll only pop the sentiment up. But then what about this ribbon? Do we want the ribbon? Does anybody have any suggestions for the ribbon? Like maybe just a bow? It seems so, you know, not very exciting after all of this beautiful color. But I could do a bow. I can get behind that. You guys talk about that while I'm gluing this down. The back side of this DSP works just as well as the front, right? That's how this works. Okay, and then I need some dimensionals. Where did those go off to? Got it. Well, thanks, Judy. I appreciate that. I know this layout is fun, right? So I've been wanting to bring on a picture of a sketch to remind you or to show you if you've never tried it before. There's no magic to it. I think of it just like just scrolling through cards themselves, but not getting sidetracked by the products that were used. Just looking at the shapes. So it's a great time if you have a set of dies like the stylish shapes. It makes it really easy to do a takeoff of a sketch like that because you have a lot of different shapes to choose from. Okay, and then we'll put this one so it's slightly over that. I love this. I think this is really like kind of a fresh, I don't know. I've never put these colors together. I don't think. Okay. This ribbon feels like, I don't know, a feather, like you're tying a feather or something. It's so light. It's not going to add a bunch of volume and definitely not a weight to your cards. So that's kind of fun. Now I could put this part. Let me cut this off and see if we want to commit to this. Okay. It could be smaller, maybe, but maybe not. I think I want to put it at the top. It's good. This is very asymmetrical design, so let's center this ribbon just for fun. Now, I don't know where my take your pick ran off to, so I'm going to use the tweezers. And then later, I'm going to wonder, why are these tweezers sticky? That's weird. I don't have anyone else to blame it on, though. So just between the all and the I'm going to put that little bow. Now, once I have it down there, I'm going to pull this one a little bit, even it out, and I'm going to give it some shorter tails. It's getting in the way of the circle design too much. So, look at that. There's no butterfly to be seen. I might want to put some dots on it too. Sorry. I like frosting, lots of frosting. Okay, and these are the in-color matte dots for the 22-24 colors. So there's always an embellishment. Doesn't matter. You can find an embellishment to fit the colors. Okay, still don't know where that take your pick tool is. And I have 3 of them, but I'm just going to use the scissors, old school. And my excuse for using these dots is that it's more circles. So just to have fun repeating that. And let's see. Let's go, I think I want to go over to the right like that. And then do a couple small ones. See, now this is the problem with using the scissors. The scissors was never the preferred way to do this. It's just because we didn't have anything better. Okay, and then these two. Oh, this is so fun. I love it. You could have put a butterfly in the middle of this if you wanted to. Or one of the other sentiments. I like this little round sentiment. I think it's super cool. And that's really how easy it is working with our coordinated products and working with a sketch. So, and then this, of course, was not our sketch. This was the card we started with tonight. Super fun. And, of course, we had this card from last time. So those are just a few ideas for you. If you're thinking about getting the best butterfly, or if you're crafting with anything, really, it doesn't have to just be using the best butterfly. But if you do, please tell me, because I think it's so fun to see what you create, and your creations they'll be different from mine even, you know? So I'm hiding that. Sorry, that's not very fun. I'm hiding it. So anyway, I am so glad to have you here. Let's see. Thank you for spending your Friday night with me. It's been fun. And I just appreciate you so much. I hope you all have a really great weekend. And like I said, please don't forget about Best Butterflies. And I would love to have you as a customer purchasing these, or really lots of other products. Anything you might like in the paper crafting world, we have it. We have a couple of catalogs full of it. So again, I just love to connect with paper crafters, and you guys are no exception. So let me just check and see if there were any last minute questions since I am here. Oh yeah, okay. Sometimes it's disheartening, Andrea says, when she finds an amazing layout or fold idea, but then you don't have the stamp set or paper or whatever. I get that. I get that. Sometimes I take it as a challenge to recreate it. Like I might say, okay, today all the cards I'm going to make are with the butterfly stamp set. Okay, how can I take a card that has a picture of a rose on the front of it and translate it? That's another kind of a fun game to play with yourself in your card making. Sounds weird, but that's just a fun challenge to set yourself up for. That ribbon was tricky to tie for the chopped event. It's very lightweight, isn't it? It gets away from you a little bit, but it does tie into a nice tight knot once you have it where you want it. But you can also fray it and really bring it apart quite easily. Let's see here. This piece is really small, but anyway, you can fray the ends. Look, it's falling apart. I don't even know if you guys can see that, but it is like falling apart as I just barely touch it. Again, it's kind of amazing ribbon. So, and fully metallic. Thank you so much, everybody. Oh, hold it. Is the pink card a standard size card? This one? Yes, it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Yeah, you have to be talking about this one, right? 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 with just lots of different layers that make it look all different sizes, right? But just use your stitched rectangles, or if you don't have the stitched rectangles, just use your paper trimmer. They don't have to be, you know, trimmed, or you can use the deckled rectangles, like I said. So, yeah. Hello, Elizabeth. So nice to see you. Thank you, Donna. I'm glad you like the cards, and I hope you're feeling better and better. I know you're on the road to recovery, so I appreciate that. Jean, you're so welcome. I'm so glad to always see you. And Jean, I will see you next week in the In Color Club Facebook group for our card making. I can't wait for you to get your product. And I will look through these comments tonight, answer any questions you may have. You know you can always message me, though. So thank you again for another great paper crafting night. And I'll see you next time. And also, please like and share. One last comment for that. Please like and share. And I will be giving away Where are the things I'm giving away? Here they are. I'm giving away. I'm going to let you share for the next week. And so next weekend, I believe Sunday is the 22nd, I'll be giving away these 2 stamp sets, which have been gently used, but are certainly in great condition, and these 2 full rolls of ribbons. So I'll give away 2 giveaways, okay? So please like and share, and with that, have a great night, everybody. Oops, wrong device.